calculation rules. So, out of all the rules, right, the most important rule is calculation rule only. Without consolidation rule, we can manage. Without no input rule, we can manage. Without input rule, we can manage. Without translation rule, also we can manage. But without calculation rule, there is no HFM at all. So, if you are writing 3000 lines, out of 3000 lines, 2500 lines will be calculation rule only. Remaining all dynamic rules in no input rule, translation rule, consolidation rule, together it will be 200 or 300 lines. Clear? So major part, right, will be calculation rules only. So it is very very important. So we'll take a small Excel, right, and then see, right. So smart view panel connect, right. So right, we'll take entity dimension, yes, yes, right, refresh, and we'll write a small calculation rule. See, okay, we'll take land as yes, refresh. So when you write this rule, right, when you write this rule, where it will be written, so irrespective of, right, so put refresh, see, and when you take custom dimensions, it will write it to all the custom dimensions. So click on member selection, total product, all base members. Now see, refresh. See, so you have to be specific while writing the calculation rule, right? So very very important thing, right? First thing is here in the notes, right? You can see LHS drives means left hand side. Nothing but in the syntax, whatever the syntax you are seeing, right? In the syntax, destination POV, nothing but this part is very very important. So it should be only base members, you cannot put parent in destination POV, only base members, okay, the first thumb rule. So left hand side destination POV, only base members only, you cannot put parents because we cannot write the data to the parents. Next, RHS can have means right hand side means source POV can have multiple POVs. Okay, so what do you mean by multiple POVs? Yes, you can add one POV plus another POV and then you can write it to base members. So here, right, so sorry, this one calculate rule, right, so here I can put, we'll change this to, right, close this, land CH cache, okay, refresh. So okay, you can put it as no, right. So here we'll enter some value as 2000, right, here we'll enter as 3000, submit data. Now we'll write a rule file, right, so here we'll write a rule file, land is equal to a hash cache into, what is 20%, how do we call it in how do we call it in a formula? 20%, you cannot write 20 percentage, right? Is there any other way? 0.20, right, save this one, save this one. Now we load this, right, so source POV, what is source POV? This one, right, yes, you can add plus, and you can add bank into 10% like this, like that you can write. Okay, so you can have multiple povs in source pov, but there will be a single pov in destination pov, and that to all base members. Otherwise you cannot write the data into parent member. Now come here, go to load application elements, right, go to rules, choose calculate rule, load. Always check number of errors, number of warnings. See, right? Yes, we are correct. Now come here, right click, disconnect, right click, connect. Now come here, right click on calculate, calculate. See, 400 right here. Come here, calculate. See, 600. Correct, right? So you can see RHS can have multiple parent members and multiple POVs also. Okay. Yes, you can put plus symbol and then you can write whatever you want, two or three POs together. Right? అందరికి అర్థమైందా మీ పాయింట్? RHS ఈ పాయింట్ అందరికి అర్థమైందా? ఎస్ ఆర్ నో? ప్లీజ్ కన్ఫర్మ్ ఈ రెండు పాయింట్లు. జీవన్, దివ్య, అర్థమైనట్టేనమ్మా? Right, next. LHS, we can never put entity, scenario, value, dimension inside the HHS expression. So here, right, we can have a POVs, right? So here I'll put POV as dot E hash INDIA. I cannot put this one, even though it will work, right? But when you run the calculate, it will throw an error message. See, right? We'll make it as 0, and we'll make it as 0, and then we'll submit the data, right? Submit. So both are 0. Fine. Now we'll save this one and we'll load the rules. Update, choose file, calculate. Okay, load. Done. It is loaded successfully. Now go to navigate, administer, consolidation, administration. System messages, right? I'll clear all the system messages. Delete all. Now we'll see the error message, right? Now come here. So click on ad hoc, calculate. Yes. Okay, sorry, we have to log off and log in again. Disconnect and then connect. Yes, click on calculate, calculate. So 400, correct, right? Now I'll do it for Japan. See, it will throw an error message, error executing VB script. Right now, what is the error here? You cannot see in Excel, you cannot see anything. Now come here and refresh and see calculation started, right, executing line number 4. So invalid destination specified. See, invalid destination A has land.e has India. So because we have written India and we are doing the calculation for Japan, right? This is called runtime error. You already know, right? Three types of error. One is syntax error, second one is logical error, this is runtime error. So while loading the rule, it won't throw any error message because there is no formula, or there is no statement, or there is no syntax error. But right, runtime error means because you have, you put India in the destination, and then you run it for Japan, it throw an error message. That is the reason we should never put entity inside the hs dot expression. See, never put entity, scenario and value, all three we should never put inside the expression. Then how do I restrict to a particular entity? Please guess and tell. Anybody, ఎవరైనా గెస్ చేసి చెప్పండమ్మా. ఓన్లీ న్యూ పీపుల్. దివ్య, మంజు, జీవన్, సిరిను.
టోటల్ జియోగ్రఫీ పెట్టారు.
పెట్టకూడదు, పేరెంట్ మెంబర్ పెట్టకూడదు కదా. పేరెంట్ మెంబర్, వీ షుడ్ నాట్ పేరెంట్ పుట్ ఏ పేరెంట్ ఎంటిటీ, రైట్? I want to run it for only India now. How do I do that? మరి ఏం చేయాలి? జీవన్, ఎనీ గెస్సింగ్? I have to remove from here. So here I put India, so it threw an error message. Now I have to restrict this to only India, but it should not throw any error message. So you have to put if condition, if hs dot. So when you go to the admin guide, right? Where is my admin guide? When you go to the admin guide, you can see rule functions, member function. So go to rule functions, alphabetical order M, E F G H I J K L M. Member function. What is the syntax? HS dot. Chapalama, what is the function I have to use now?
HS dot object
What is object
member.
here?
Entity dot member.
HS dot entity dot member. HS dot entity dot member member is equal to double quotes ind India th, and then so we put if, so we have to put ind if. That's it. Now it should work perfectly. So now save this one. Now load the rules, load application elements, update, choose calculate rule. Okay, load. Done. Now go to Excel. So right click, disconnect. Yes. What happened? Right click. Right. So I'm making it as 0 now. Right now come here, go to submit data. Now we'll calculate. See, calculate. Done, it worked. So here we'll calculate. It won't throw any error message, but it won't do anything. See, there is no error message. So it will work only for India. Remaining, whenever you calculate for any other entities, right, it simply ignores. It won't throw any error message. అందరికి అర్థమైందమ్మా? If you put entity within the expression, it will throw error message for all other entities. So always, either if it is entity or scenario dimension or value dimension, we have to put above the expression, means if condition, through if condition. Clear? See, this is on if hs dot scenario dot member is equal to actual, if hs dot value dot member is equal to entity currency, if hs dot entity dot member is equal to India. Likewise, you have to put. Next, always take ICP and custom members along with account inside the expression. Be specific about account, ICP, and custom dimension members. Otherwise, it will write to data to all combinations. చూసాం కదమ్మా? So it has written to all members of your custom dimension. So here, see. So go to member selection, total product. See, base. It will write to all combinations. See. 1 1 1 1 1, we have already changed that one, right? So otherwise what happens? Now we'll write only for laptops. How do I restrict my data entry to laptop only? Now tell me. Right, I have to same calculate this one. Now what should I do? Dot chepanamma. How do I call custom dimensions? C1 hash laptops dot c2 hash c2 entity
Moment. Yes.
dot c3 hash
Data source.
dot c4 hash dot ICP hash.
One.
That's it. This is correct now. Right? So yes, it will calculate only to laptops, this combination only. It won't calculate to any other combination, right? Now
Sir,
we'll load
ICP.
ah
Sir, ICP की C5 होता है सर.
ICP
Local
ki.
का पहना का. C5. Local का पहना का. C4. C4 అయినా का C5 వద్ద ICP
కాదు
C5
ఐసీపీ.
సార్.
ఐసీపీని ఐసీపీ అని అంటారు కదా.
కాదు ఈడ
ఐసీపీని ఐ హ్యాష్ అంటారా,
కస్టమర్
ఐసీపీ హ్యాష్ అంటారా అనేది నాకు డౌట్. ఐ హ్యాష్ ఐ
కస్టమర్
గెస్.
4 కస్టమర్ 4 అయినా का కస్టమర్ కస్టమ్ 5
5
సెట్
లేదుగా మనకు,
ICP.
ఓన్లీ 4 కస్టమ్ డైమెన్షన్స్ ఓన్లీ, రైట్?
ఓకే. ఓకే.
1 minute, you can, if you want, you can check in the HFM client. Yes. Manage my data, open, yes. So yes, you can see ICP, entity, movement, multi-gap product. That's only four custom dimensions only, right? So ICP, I am not sure whether we have to use I or ICP. I have forgotten actually. Right, we'll see. Come here, go to load application elements, update, choose file, calculate, okay, load. It will throw an error message. So right, okay, so no error warnings, no errors, no warnings. Right click, disconnect, right click, connect, ad hoc analysis, reuse, yes. So come here. So cache we'll put some where laptop cache, right? We'll put some 3000. Yes, submit. Done. Now laptops. So 1 minute. So LAPTOPS laptops refresh. So I'm making it as 0. Submit. Right now we will calculate and see. So it is not man. It is sorry. So it is data input, right? So go to data input. Yes, remove this data input. Click refresh. So this is correct. So we'll put it as 2500. Yes. Submit data. And now come here and calculate. It will calculate to 500. Correct? To 2500 into 20%. Right? అందరికి అర్థమైంది కదమ్మా. So it will not calculate to here server C. Now click on calculate. It won't do anything because we are very specific about our destination POV, right? So always in live also we should always be specific about our destination POV. Otherwise it will write to all combinations, means it will write to all custom dimension members, all ICP dimensions, etc. Never hard code anything. So yes, next, how do we carry forward the balances? Now I have a question for all of you, right? So we'll create, just give me 1 second, delete this, yes. So India only, yes. So right, 502 POV, yes. Transfer here also 2016 January, yes. 2017 January, December, right? 2016 December, 2017 January. That's enough, right? Done. So refresh. So I'll put some 888 here, right? Submit data. 2016 January. Now it should be carry forward to 2017 January. Please, anybody, Chapandama, what is the syntax for this one? Chapali.
hash January
A hash
2000.
land. Okay, next. Chapandi.
Y hash
Y hash. కొత్త వాళ్ళు
year
చెప్పండి అమ్మా.
current
కొత్త వాళ్ళు మాత్రం చెప్పండి, ట్రై చేయండి కొత్త వాళ్ళు. జీవన్, దివ్య. What is my destination here? What is my destination year here?
2017.
2017. So I have to write 2017 dot p hash. How do I call period? P hash.
Hash 2016.
P hash means period.
Okay, January.
Jan. Okay, copy this. What is my source now? నా సోర్స్ ఏంటమ్మా? What is my source?
Land. Land.
Land. Year
2016.
2016. Period.
That's 16. Sorry,
Period.
December.
Period.
December. December.
December.
December.
So yes, my December 2016 land value will be carry forward to land 2017 January. Correct? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
సో ఇది ఇట్లా పెట్టచ్చా నేను? ఇలా పెట్టచ్చా?
యాక్చువల్లీ ఫస్ట్ 16 పెట్టాలనుకుంటా కదా.
See, you are mistaken. So this is the syntax. Where what is our source? This is destination POV is equal to source POV, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Where do you do the consolidation every time?
Yeah, destination.
సో ఇలా పెట్టచ్చమ్మా, ఇయర్ ముందు పెట్టి డిసెంబర్ పెట్టి ల్యాండ్ పెట్టచ్చా? ఎస్, ఇట్ డజంట్ మ్యాటర్. సో వెన్ ఎవర్ యు ఆర్ కనెక్టింగ్ విత్ డాట్, రైట్, ఇర్రెస్పెక్ట్ ఆఫ్ యూ నీడ్ నాట్ ఫాలో ద ఆర్డర్, ఓకే, ఇట్ విల్ టేక్. Done. Land 2017 January, 2016 December, land. Yes. Now go to load application elements, update, choose file, and then calculate. Yes. Now load. See? Done. Number of errors 0, number of warnings 0. Right, now come here, right click, disconnect, right click, connect, right. Yes, come here, go to ad hoc, and then calculate automatically it. So I guess force calculate. Yes, done. So yes, if you are already calculated, then you have to do force calculate. Now the question is here, you have hard coded the year period. Every year it should run. I cannot put 2017, 2018, 2000, and I cannot put 100 years, right? If your application is 10 years and 12 months, means 10 into 12, 120 times, you cannot write, right? So how do I do that one? Everaina, Jeevan, Divya, what is the procedure now? Notes lo em cheppanammా? Never hard code anything year period. Always use current, prior, next, first, right? You all know, right? Relative time periods. We have to use those. So come here. What is 2017? Which year it is? Next year or current year?
Yeah, current
Huh? Where do you run the consolidation? Always in the current year, right? So current
current year.
year. So period is FIRST, first January. Okay. Then here year is from where you want to get it from prior year,
Okay.
right?
Yeah,
Prior year, and p hash is December. Yes, you can put December or you can put last also, or you can hard code December also. Yes, that's it. Now load this one. Come here, update, choose, calculate. Okay, load, number of errors, number of warnings. Yes, now come here, right click, disconnect, right click, connect. So I'll change this to some 777. Yes, submit data. Now see whether it is calculating correctly or not. So always force calculate second time, right? So yes, you can always use the rules dynamically, all the dynamic members, right? So next point, right? So right,
sir, if you want to apply for all the items in TB trial balance, we take only land account.
no, all the
But in
items we
TB there will
never
be
use. All the items we never use in life because every month you are loading, right? Whenever you are getting the data from SAP, what data you are getting? End balances, closing balances, right? So you will get land everything, whatever the data which is not coming from SAP, for all those items you have to write the carry forward rule, okay? అర్థమైందమ్మా?
Okay.
See, simple. I'm telling you simple thing. December you got all the values from SAP, yes or no? Yes or no?
Yes, sir, yes, yes,
January you will get the balances again from SAP, right?
yes.
So why do we need to write the carry forward? Because they will have the carry forward of balances, right? SAP people. Then what balances we have to write? Whatever the data which is not coming from SAP, right? For those items you have to carry forward to next year. Clear గా అర్థమైందమ్మా? Yes or no?
Yes, sir. Yes.
సో ఎప్పుడు మీరు ఇన్వాలిడ్ ఎంట్రీస్ ఈ రెండు పాయింట్లు మీరు గుర్తుంచుకోవాలమ్మా. Be specific about your LHS POV, otherwise it will write to all unspecified combination. Performance will be degraded. చెప్పాను కదా, లైవ్లో కనుక మీరు రాశారనుకోండి, ఎన్ని ఐటమ్స్లో రాస్తాం అది. ఒకవేళ యూ హ్యావ్ 10, యూ హ్యావ్ 100 అకౌంట్స్, 100 entities, 100 custom means 100 into 100 into 100 it will write. So, and invalid intersections also. Orange color you cannot write, right? So you have to be specific about these two. Clear? This is called calculation rule. Very very important. Okay, అందరికి
సార్
అర్థమైనట్టేనా? క్యారీ ఫార్వర్డ్ ఆఫ్ బ్యాలెన్సెస్ చేయగలుగుతారు కదమ్మా ఇప్పుడు మీరు చిన్న చిన్న రూల్స్.
సార్ ఒక డౌట్. ఇప్పుడు మనం డిసెంబర్ది క్లోజింగ్, జనవరి ఓపెనింగ్ ఇచ్చాం. ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ జనవరిలో డేటా ఎంటర్ చేస్తే
చేయరు కదా, క్యాలిక్యులేట్ ఈజ్ క్యాలిక్యులేట్ టిక్ పెట్టేసి ఉంటుంది.
ఓకే ఓకే వేరే మెంబర్ ఉండిద్ది.
Opening
ఎండింగ్
balance.
బ్యాలెన్స్ అని.
Yes, for all opening balances we will create a separate member opening balance and then we will put it as is calculated, so that normal people cannot enter data. Their data will always come from rule file only. Okay.
జనవరికి యాడ్ చేయాలంటే మళ్ళీ ఎండింగ్ బ్యాలెన్స్ తీసుకుని చేయాలి రోల్
Ante
ఫార్వర్డ్.
correct. Yes.
యాడ్ చేస్తే సరిపోతుంది.
Yes. Right. So yes, I am closing this grid and I am opening another grid for consolidation. So already we have metadata grids, right? Wait, already I have given you metadata grids 18th August, HFM metadata grids. Right, open this here, value dimension, right? Yes, go to HFM ad hoc, connect to the application, private connection. ఇదేమైంది? సారీ. So meanwhile I'll open the consolidation, right? So just by seeing this, please don't worry about, right? So see, consolidation rule. We have to use 6 functions in consolidation rule. I'll explain each and every function. Okay. Now come here. Go to this one. Yes, cluster. So add to private connection. Yes. Done. Yes. Ad hoc analysis reuse. So we'll try to enter the data here. Okay. So India, Asia, right? Yes. So consolidation dimension. I mean consolidation rule. So first I'll explain the consolidation rule. We have to use 6 functions. The very first function is open data unit. So see, open data unit is nothing but POV. Nothing but we have to collect all the POV. So here I have declared 4 variables. First one is my data unit. So I'll put all the POVs into my data unit. Next, L number of items. It is, how do I know how many times I have to run the loop? So I have a question for all of you. So what are the metadata items we trigger while consolidation? కన్సోలేషన్ చేయాలంటే మెడ్డేటా అట్రిబ్యూట్స్ కానీ మెనూస్ కానీ ఏమేమి అవసరము ఎవరైనా చెప్పండి అమ్మా. ఈ పాటికి మెడ్డేటా మీరు అందరూ ప్రాక్టీస్ చేస్తుంటారు కదా, అకౌంట్ డైమెన్షన్, ఎంట్రీ డైమెన్షన్, ఆల్ అట్రిబ్యూట్స్. వాట్ ఆర్ ద అట్రిబ్యూట్స్ విచ్ ఆర్ ఇంపార్టెంట్ ఫర్ కన్సోలిడేషన్? చెప్పండి.
ఐసిపి
కాదు, ఐసీపీ ఎందుకండి ఇద్దండి? రీజన్ కూడా చెప్పండి నాకు.
ఎంటిటీ సార్.
ఎంటిటీ కాదు, అట్రిబ్యూట్స్ నేను చెప్పేది, డైమెన్షన్స్ కాదు.
ఈజ్ కన్సాలిడేటెడ్.
ఈజ్ కన్సోలిడేటెడ్ ఫస్ట్ ఎవరు చెప్పారమ్మా ఇది? Seen right. So is consolidated. When you tick is consolidated, then that items, whatever you ticked is consolidated, only those items will be consolidated first. Yes, ఇంకా
Allow adjustments.
అవసరం లేదు ఎల్ అడ్జస్ట్మెంట్స్ ఫర్ కన్సోలేషన్ యూ డోంట్ నీడ్ దట్ ఫర్ జోనల్ ఎంట్రీస్ యూ నీడ్ దట్ in application settings, right? Consolidation rules, right? It will affect or not, yes or no? So when
Why
you
or
when you put y, it will consider the rule file. When you put no, it will consider the default consolidation. Next, default value for active, if the all entities are in active or active status, then only it will consolidate or by period application, otherwise it will ignore, right? And in application, right, ownership management will affect, see, this will, so whatever the ownership management, so I put Asia as parent, then India, so I'll put only for India, I'll put only P1 as 80%. What does that mean, చెప్పండమ్మా? When I put P1 as 80%, what does that mean? చెప్పాలి. ఏషియాకి ఇండియాలో ఎంత షేర్ హోల్డింగ్ ఉన్నట్టు?
80%.
Then here if I enter 100, how much it should roll up to its parent Asia?
80.
Yes, we will see that, okay, after the consolidation. So I have manipulated my ownership data to 80. Now let go to rule. First, open data unit. What is open data unit doing? It will collect all the POVs, okay. You can write down the notes, please. First function, open data unit. So when you go to here, rule functions, right? MNO, see, check in A B C D F G H I J MNO. See, what is open data unit doing? It gets the data into process during consolidation. And into the POV, nothing but POV. It collects all the POVs for consolidation, right? So first point, open data unit ఏం చేస్తున్నామా? Write down open data unit. It collects number of POVs. It collects number of POVs for consolidation. It collects number of POVs for consolidation. Next point, data unit means one data unit means one POV. One data unit means one POV. Right. So syntax, write down syntax like this. ఇదే రాసుకోండమ్మా. Set my data unit is equal to hs dot open data unit. Set my data unit is equal to hs dot open data unit. Now the question is, I have a question for all of you. How many POVs will be have you will be having? ఎన్ని POVs ఉంటాయమ్మా సిస్టంలో మీకు? క్వశ్చన్ జీవన్, దివ్య, సీను.
స్టాండర్డ్ 8 అండ్ కస్టమ్ 4.
నేను చెప్పేది పిఓవి డైమెన్షన్స్ కాదు.
ఒకటే సార్, ఒకటే సార్.
ఒకటి కాదు. పిఓవి అంటే ఏంటి? ఇక్కడ డేటా ఎన్ని డేటా యూనిట్స్ ఉంటాయి అని అడుగుతున్నాను మీకు. కాదు, ఎక్కడెక్కడ ఎంటర్ చేస్తే అన్ని పిఓవిలు ఉంటాయి, అంతేనా? డేటా ఎక్కడెక్కడ ఎంటర్ చేస్తే అన్ని పిఓవిలు ఉంటాయి, అవునా? ఇక్కడ నేను పిఓవి, వెన్ ఐ సే పిఓవి, ఇట్ ఈస్ ఎ కాంబినేషన్ ఆఫ్ ఆల్ 12 డైమెన్షన్స్, రైట్? వేర్ యూ ఎంటర్ ద డేటా. ఎస్ ఆర్ నో? మరి ఇప్పుడు ఓపెన్ డేటా యూనిట్ అని ఎందుకన్నా నేను? బికాస్ ఐ వాంట్ ఆల్ ద పిఓవిస్ వేర్ పీపుల్ ఎంటర్ ద డేటా టు కన్సోలిడేట్, రైట్? వీ హావ్ టు కన్సోలిడేట్ దట్ వన్, రైట్?
ఇన్ స్మార్ట్ వ్యూ సార్,
ఎక్కడైనా సరే అమ్మా, స్మార్ట్ వ్యూ అయినా కానీ, వెబ్ గ్రిడ్ కానీ, డేటా ఫామ్ కానీ, వేర్ ఎవర్ యూ ఎంటర్ ద డేటా, వెదర్ ఇట్ ఈస్ కమింగ్ ఫ్రమ్ ఎఫ్డిఎంఏ ఆల్సో, ఈ కాంబినేషన్లో డేటా ఎక్కడైతే ఎంటర్ చేస్తారో కరెక్ట్ చెప్పాలంటే ఏంటిదమ్మా? సో వెన్ యూ గో టు యువర్ ప్రాసెస్ కంట్రోల్, హియర్ యూ విల్ సీ, రైట్, డేటా, నో డేటా మీన్స్ దెర్ ఇస్ నో డేటా. సిఎన్ ఎక్కడెక్కడైతే మీకు సిహెచ్ అని పడుద్దో అక్కడంతా డేటా ఉన్నట్టే కదా? ఎస్ ఆర్ నో? నథింగ్ బట్ డేటా యూనిట్, దట్ ఈస్ కాల్డ్ డేటా యూనిట్, ఓకే? నౌ ద క్వశ్చన్ ఈస్, హౌ మెనీ టైమ్స్ మై లూప్ షుడ్ రన్? నా లూప్ ఎన్నిసార్లు రన్ అవ్వాలి ఇప్పుడు? స్మాల్ లాజిక్ క్వశ్చన్. సిను, దివ్య, ట్రై చేయండి. జీవన్, నా లూప్ ఎన్నిసార్లు రన్ అవ్వాలి? whenever there is a data, wherever there is a data, my loop should run, అవునా? మరి ఎన్నిసార్లు, ఎంతమంది డేటా ఎంటర్ చేశారు, ఎన్ని పిఓవిలకి ఎంటర్ చేశారు నాకు తెలియదే. నౌ ఐ హ్యావ్ టు కౌంట్ దట్. రైట్ డౌన్ సెకండ్ ఫంక్షన్, గెట్ నమ్ ఐటమ్స్. సెకండ్ ఫంక్షన్, గెట్ నమ్ ఐటమ్స్. ఇక్కడ మై డేటా యూనిట్ అనేది ఏంటిదమ్మా? ఇక్కడ This is a variable. First, what I am doing, set my data unit is equal to open data unit means my data unit అనే వేరియబుల్లో నాకు ఎన్ని పిఓవిలు ఉన్నాయో అన్ని పెట్టాను నేను ఇక్కడ. ఎన్ని పిఓవిలు ఉన్నాయో నాకు తెలియదు. నౌ సెకండ్ ఫంక్షన్ ఐఎమ్ కౌంటింగ్ దట్. Get num items, write down. It counts the number of POVs. Get num items. Second function, get num items. సో ఇక్కడ చూడండి అమ్మా, ఏబిసిడి రూల్ ఫంక్షన్స్లో జీలోకి వెళ్ళండి. ఈఎఫ్జి సి గెట్ నమ్ ఐటమ్స్ గెట్స్ ద నెంబర్ ఆఫ్ రికార్డ్స్, నథింగ్ బట్ నెంబర్ ఆఫ్ పిఓవిస్. నా లూప్ రన్ అవ్వాలి కదా, ఎన్నిసార్లు రన్ అవ్వాలి, ఈ ఎల్ నమ్ ఐటమ్స్ అన్నిసార్లు రన్ అయితే చాలు. సో ఐఎమ్ కౌంటింగ్ వాట్ ఎవర్ ద నెంబర్ ఆఫ్ పిఓవిస్ ఇన్ మై డేటా యూనిట్. సో రాసుకోండి సింటాక్స్, ఇట్ కౌంట్స్ ద నెంబర్ ఆఫ్ పిఓవిస్ ఇన్ మై డేటా యూనిట్. సింటాక్స్ ఎల్ నమ్ ఐటమ్స్ ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్ టు మై డేటా యూనిట్ డాట్ గెట్ నమ్ ఐటమ్స్. ఓకే, సో ఇప్పుడు నా లూప్ ఎన్నిసార్లు రన్ అవ్వాలమ్మా చెప్పండి, కౌంట్ ఎక్కడ ఉంది, వేర్ ఈజ్ మై కౌంట్, ఎల్ నమ్ ఐటమ్స్ రైట్. సో ఫర్ I ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్ టు 0 to ఎల్ నమ్ ఐటమ్స్ మైనస్ 1. సో dim I, 1 minute, just give me 1 second. So for I is another variable. So for I is equal to 0 to L num items minus 1. So what is minus 1? So if I say 100 here, count. So 100 means 1 to 100 or 0 to 99, right? So we have to use this one because this is array. Always our count starts with 0. So 0 to 99 is equal to 100, right? So here I put my loop as for I is equal to 0 to L num items minus 1. 100 means this is 100, right? So yes, always we have to put 0 to L num items minus 1. So first function is open data unit. Next function is get number items. Third function get item.
సార్ I ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్ టు 1 పెట్టి ఎల్ఎంఐ ఐటమ్స్ అని పెట్టచ్చు, అయింది కదా?
పెట్టకూడదు, ఎందుకంటే యువర్ ఆల్వేస్ ఎర్రే రైట్. ఇట్ విల్ స్టార్ట్ విత్ 0 ఓన్లీ. ఇట్ విల్ త్రో ఎన్ ఎర్రర్ మెసేజ్, రన్ టైమ్ ఎర్రర్ చూపిస్తుంది. 0 అనేది ఉండాలి కదా ఎర్రేలో. సో ఆల్వేస్ 0 టు ఎల్ఎం ఐటమ్స్ మైనస్ 1 అనే పెట్టాలి, రైట్? సో కాల్ మై డేటా యూనిట్ డాట్ గెట్ ఐటమ్. సో ఐఎమ్ కాలింగ్ ద ఫస్ట్ ఐటమ్ ఐలో ఏముంటుందమ్మా, ఇప్పుడు ఫస్ట్ 0 ఉంటుంది. సో ఫస్ట్ ఐటమ్ STR account ICP. So this is global variables, we have to put like this only. Then we are checking whether this particular account, string account is consolidated or not. If hs dot account dot is consolidated, then only it will consolidate, otherwise it will drop. So this is fourth function. First function is open data unit, second function is get num items, third function is get item, fourth one is consolidated, and fifth function is pcon. So p1, so here from ownership management we have to pull the percentage, right? It will pull this 80%. Okay, so hs dot node dot p1 dp1 is equal to hs dot node dot p1. That's it, 5 functions are completed. Last function, call hs con dp1, that's it. So this con function, very very important function. So we go to rule functions and see abc, see con function. So it writes the data into proportion and elimination. So whatever the value dimension member, right, elimination and proportion, both intercompany eliminations will be done with the help of this con function, and proportions also will be done with the help of this con function only, right? So I'm closing this. Yes, now see, so con function dp1, that's it. So I'm saving this, I'm loading this consolidation rule. Click on load application elements, update, choose file, consolidation rule. Now load, see, done. Now we'll check whether our consolidation rule is working or not. Disconnect, click on connect, ad hoc analysis, reuse. Done. So here you have to give the exchange rates also. Okay. So I'll put some 1,000. Then submit. That's it. Now come here. Click on consolidate all with data and see how much it is going. Provided you have given the exchange rates. So we'll create another grid, not this one. Right? See 3,000. So it should not. So 2015 January. What is this in the ownership management? We have given 2016 January. So 2015 it is 100%. Yes, 2017 now we have to give this one. Now go to documents. So expand exchange grids. So no, we'll create another grid. Okay. So sorry, yes, it will be useful for you. So right click, more copy to last, create a copy, and I'll put it as consolidation. Consolidation POWN. Okay, P1. Now cancel this. So we'll put as management or US. We'll take US entities. US. So yes, right. Refresh ad hoc analysis so that you need not give the exchange rates. Okay, I'm taking US entities and US, and we'll put Connecticut. Yes, yes. Done. Refresh. Done. So yes, go to your ownership manager management. I'll make it as 100 now for here. Submit. Now I'll go to total geography US. Yes. So CT, I'll put my percentage as 70%, right? Submit. That's it, 2016 January. Now come here, 2016 January, I'll enter some 2000, submit. Come here, go to consolidate all with data. Now you will see only 80%, 70%, it will flow to its parent. See, 2000 into, see, in proportion, until parent total it calculated correctly. In proportion it calculated into 70%, 2000 into 70%, 1400. The same thing in the entity currency of parent US. So this is called consolidation rule. This is universal rule. Okay, wherever you go you can write the same rule, it will work. So in interviews they'll ask you. So if you say that you are good in rules, they'll ask you the consolidation rule. So you have to explain all these six functions. First one is open data unit. Second one is get num item. Third one is get item. Fourth one is consolidated. Fifth one is P1 percentage of ownership, and sixth one is con function, hs.con function. Clear? So you have to use these six functions for consolidation rule. Clear? Any doubt in consolidation rule? Adagandamma please.